Alright, Knights of Apollo, what's up guys? It's Apollo here and welcome back to another glorious Rome 2 Siege battle. But this is no ordinary Rome 2 Siege battle. This is a tournament battle. So the GSCL Rome 2 Siege tournament is underway. We already went through the first week and this is one of the battles from the first week. So if you guys want to follow it closely, be sure to join the Discord for this tournament. There's also a website. You can find all those links in the Discord. But join that Discord, follow your favorite team, root for them, talk to them, hang out, talk strategy, play games. It's a cool Discord, and it's been a fun tournament, so don't miss out. Join that Discord. Now, I'm not going to be able to cover every single battle of every single matchup. It's just not possible. So I'm going to try to cover as many matches as possible, but the good news is that a lot of people are posting their replays of the tournaments in the Discord, so you can watch certain matches that I don't cover if if you have a favorite team or something like that. So yeah, pretty cool. And I am going to live stream the semifinals and then the finale, which is going to be a lot of fun. So in today's matchup, we have the attackers, which are the War Knights, which they have a YouTube channel. I'll have it linked in the video description. And then they're taking on Morituri, which means die in Latin. I think it's Morituri. I think that's how you pronounce it. My Latin is not exactly the greatest. Of course, you guys know that. But this is actually the tiebreaker. Now, the way the tournament works is that one team will defend, and then the other team will they'll take turns attacking and defending. If they both win, then they will go to a pitch battle, and whoever wins that pitch battle will then decide if they want to attack or defend for the tiebreaker. And that's basically what happened here. Morituri won the pitch battle, and they have selected to defend this settlement. So the War Knights are having to attack. So just a little insight there of this matchup. This is the epic finale of this first round matchup. And yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Like, that's pretty fun. I can't wait to see who's going to be in the championship for this matchup. It's going to be intense. So let's go ahead and look at the factions here. We'll go ahead and do some slow motion. So we'll start with the War Knights. The War Knights are bringing Kush, a very good, aggressive, armored piercing type faction. They do a lot of damage against armored factions. Then we have Carthage, which is a very versatile faction. They're almost like Egypt. They could be both good on attack and defense. And then we have the Arverni, which is an excellent attacking faction with their really deadly swordsmen. Now for the Morituri, they are bringing the Bactrians, a good solid defending force. We have the Egyptians, which are very good at both defense and attack. And then finally, we have the Lusitani, which are, of course, the Iberian boys, who are very excellent. Again, both just a solid faction. Good at defending, good at attacking. They've got some pretty nasty swordsmen. Now, I like what the War Knights did here with their siege towers. They are pushing them up, and they set them up as close as possible for their infantry to charge up and push. Instead of just having the siege towers be back here and then slowly push them up, there's more room for error and death when you do that. But when you have them instantly just spawn up front here and then run up the infantry, yeah, that's a lot faster, and you're going to be able to close in the gap much sooner. Now, we do have some wall artillery by the defenders trying to open fire. It looks like they're going for some back troops over here. What do we got? These pikemen? Nope, just Italian swordsmen. I'm not sure why they're going for them. But back, because the Italian swordsmen. Oh, no. They're going back for these archers over here. They want the slingers gone. Okay, interesting target. I think they're also going for these Libyan infantry. Yep, they're going to pull them back. Oh, sorry about that. Poor camera work right there. But yeah, they're going to constantly bombard them. The siege towers are now moving forward. The Arverni are getting extremely aggressive. And this is a pretty challenging, this is a pretty fair map right here. Now, one of the things about this map, you never want to attack over here. You don't want to attack over here because it's a nightmare. You can get cornered off very easily, like here and here, and then archers can set up on the cliff over here and fire down. And that's why they are not attacking that area. They're attacking this side, which gives you a lot more ground to fight for. It's more open. There's a couple choke points here and there, but it's a much better situation than compared to that back corner. So here we go. The Arverni pushing up, and this is going to be the first clash of infantry. Some Bactrian hillmen against the chosen swordsman. So the Arverni is not letting up. They're going in hard with some elite units. A nice aggressive start by the War Knights. We also have some Celtic warriors scaling the walls as well. And there we go. Big push. Big push. The Arverni is just mostly focusing down the Bactrians. Look at the Bactrians now moving up their Bactrian hillmen. They're bringing a lot of Bactrian hillmen, which is kind of surprising. The hillmen are not that great. I mean, they're decent if you can use their skirmishing capability, because they do have some skirmishing ability. Now we have Carthage scaling the walls, trying to silence this artillery, but I'm pretty sure the artillery's used up all of its ammo. You've got more infantry scaling this way. Lusitani is trying to hold the walls, and now Kush is pushing aggressively over at these walls, which is really good, because Kush, if they are mostly taking on the Egyptians, that's going to be pretty solid. But the Egyptians are playing it smart here. They're sending up some Galatian swordsmen, which are lightly armored, relatively speaking, so that AP damage that Kush can do is not going to be as effective. Right now, though, Kush is just sending in slave infantry, so don't even worry about the AP damage just yet, because he does not have any SkouTR warriors. It's all just slave infantry, which is not bad. They're using weak units, cheap troops, to kind of absorb that Javi fire from the Iberian infantry. We've got more Carthaginian infantry pushing and trying to take the corner of this map. And you can see the defenders are doing a bend but don't break strategy, trying to create some distance here so they can use as many Javis as possible. The Arverni are ripping through. I mean, this isn't too much of a surprise, but they're getting super aggressive, and they are ripping through the Bactrian hillmen. But the Bactrian hillmen try to kill as many as possible. And look at that. Oh my god. I don't know if it's even worth it to use your Javis on the Bactrians. Just charge them. And the Bactrians are going to try to volley. Didn't really kill anyone in that volley. And they're going to charge the back of the chosen swordsman. It's not going to be enough, though. And the Arverni have taken a nice foothold of the map right here, and now Bactria is sending in thorax swordsmen, so we're gonna get the heavy hitters are finally entering the battlefield. Now we have Egypt pushing on this flank with some Galatian swordsmen. We've got another Egyptian for thorax swordsmen opening fire. Ooh, good volley there into the Celtic warriors, but the warriors are just gonna counter charge, or they're gonna charge. So there you have it, trying to take out those thorax swordsmen. And the Arverni are now pushing up the rest of their forces, try to take control of this area before they get pushed back. Over here, it's a little bit, it's more of a struggle for the Carthaginians in Kush. They are definitely struggling, but that's okay. If Carthage can keep the defenders busy here while the Arverni kind of make their way over, it's going to be worth it. Now back over here, the slave infantry is getting slaughtered. That's really no surprise. Now we're starting to see the SkouTR warriors show up here. And the Egyptians are falling back. Galatian swordsmen falling back and getting into formation. You know, the crazy thing about this tournament, the really crazy thing is that there's a lot of like new faces that are absolutely fantastic at this game. Like, for example, this is a bit of a bummer, honestly, but the Hungry Wolves. You guys remember the Hungry Wolves? They made it to the finale of the last Rome 2 tournament. They actually were knocked out in the first round by a no-name faction. Actually, the team name is I'm drawing a blank on the team name, but it's funny. Now, they gave the teams different seeds, like different rankings. And the Hungry Wolves were ranked 2, and the team they were facing were ranked 32, and they lost. So again, it's hard to rank these teams because you don't really know their skill level. But yeah, that's something that's kind of crazy. A little surprise upset of the tournament, seeing the Hungry Wolves already out of it. But back over here, the Arverni are still taking on the Egyptians, and they're now shifting over some units, I suppose, to help out with their allies. So okay, they're making some good ground here. They're pushing up. They have taken out most of this territory. We got Arverni about to slam into some Lusitani and Egyptians, scaring them off, trying to cut them down. Kush is ripping through. Things are looking pretty solid. Egypt's doubling down over on this side, though. They're not willing to give up this flank just yet. And the Galatian swords should do pretty well against the SkouTR warriors. And they also have a reserve unit of Levy Thorough Spears, which, of course, we all know Thorough Spears have the capability of great skirmishing. You know, they've got jabbies, and they got a lot of them. They're technically not considered a skirmish unit, but they're like one more volley away from being skirmishers, and that's why they're a fan favorite, because they can get a lot of kills from a distance, and they can hold their own in close combat, at least hold a flank for a long time. But so far, the War Knights ripping through this defense right now. And now, of course, there's still a solid defense waiting for them. And it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But so far, this initial defense, really from both sides, except for the Arverni, they have sent up cheap troops. The Kushites pushing up slave infantry. We got Italian swordsmen from Carthage. Then we had like cheap troops from the defenders as well, like the Bactrian hillmen. So it's been a battle of cheap troops, and I know as soon as they get deeper into the settlement, the more skilled soldiers you're going to see fighting as they're keeping them in reserve. All right, Egypt's breaking here. The Kushite slave infantry probably going to make a flanking maneuver here, or they're just going to push up. Oh, no, there's that flanking maneuver. But it doesn't really matter because they break those thorough spears. And they got some pikemen set up here, so we're probably going to see some archers. Now, another rule set that might be a little different to you guys, or you're not used to, is that we are not allowing the stacking of pikemen. So what I mean by that is that you can't stack a swordsman unit inside of these pikemen. Now, historically, that makes sense. I believe the developers of the game wanted it like that, but they just never did it because, one, they're just, I don't know, lazy, or they just are too... Okay, I'm gonna be nice. They just didn't get to it. Yeah, you're supposed to have it... The rule is that you can't stack with pikemen when they're in pike formation. If they drop their pikes, then you can stack them. But as soon as their pikes come out again, you can't stack them. So that is one of the rules. Again, it's to make it, one, historically, there's no swordsman in a pike unit. You know, that's just not, no, you can't do that. And then two, it just, you know, it helps out because pikemen are almost invincible if you can't kill it. Like, they need to have a weakness, which of course is archers. And by putting a unit in there, makes it so, you know, that you can't do that. So I like the rule set. It works. It's good. And right now we're just kind of seeing what's going on here. It looks like both forces are just gathering up their troops. The Arverni are pushing up archers, and I think we're going to see a little bit of a slower play here now. Now that the defenders have been pushed back quite a lot, and we're starting to see the more defensive units like pikemen and whatnot, you're probably going to see the archers in action. Now, it looks like both sides are hanging on to their archers as long as possible because they don't want to see them, you know, they don't want to waste their ammo. They've got to pick wisely on what they shoot at. Now, we do have a little bit of a charge here. What is this? We got some Italian swords absorbing ammo. They're going to hold their position here. They're breaking, but they are absorbing a lot of ammo. Yeah, look at that. Oh, are you kidding me? They just absorbed so much ammo. That could have been ammo going after, like, healthy, really skilled units. Let's see, are they going to charge? Here we go. We got Italian swordsmen going in. Nope. Just, again, absorbing ammo. I think they're going to use their javies a little bit. Fantastic. Try to chip away at these thorax swordsmen. back over here, the forces are grouped up. They're definitely giving up a lot of ground. I think they're trying to bait the enemy right now. Or I'm sorry, bait the attackers, the War Knights. Because they're trying to make this look weak. Maybe they'll push up like this, and then the archers will have an angle. Or maybe not, because now they're moving some thorough spears to hold that flank. But I know the Kush player realizes that. I mean, even though these guys are hidden, so they're hidden right now for the attackers, but you know that they're not going to fall for that. It's just, in this tournament play, you got some really good players, and you got to get really creative in terms of trying to trick your opponent, because all these players know what they're doing. And as we get further along in the tournament, obviously you're going to get the better teams, and they are especially going to be really challenging to trick. But it looks like they've shifted out. Now they're setting up the Kushite slave infantry again, trying to get the enemy to waste ammo on cheap units. And now look at that. That's okay. Hey, this is a great tactic. I like this because not only are they setting up the cheap, crappy troops up, which obviously is great because if they shoot arrows at them, they're just wasting arrows on them. But they also have skirmishing capabilities, and all these guys can really do is sit there and take it. They could try to skirmish back with Javies if they have it, but again, you're wasting your Javies on such a cheap unit. Maybe you're better off just charging them. But there we go. They're going to shift around. So they are taking their time. They've got plenty of time in this battle as well, guys. And look at this. Look at this. They have given up on this flank. The defenders are falling back a huge chunk of troops. They're going to use the walls back here in this little gateway as a defense. Meanwhile, the Arverni are going to capture these arrow towers. We have some slingers up here. They're holding fire. No, never mind. They are slinging, but a lot of the shots are just hitting the lip of this dirt here, this little dirt hill, which is making it difficult for these troops. Well, it's making it difficult for the slingers to hit these troops. And there we go. They're going to capture this arrow tower, which should honestly fire at the defenders. So I don't think they should have given this area up, but maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe it doesn't have an angle on the archers up here. Yeah, but the Celtic warriors are absorbing a lot of ammo, which is okay. And they've almost got it. Let's see. Come on. Take it. There you go. Oh, no, it is shooting at him. It is shooting at him. So that's a big loss right there. It's all about small gains. Small gains will build up to a big gain, a victory. The SkouTR warriors going after these thorax swordsmen. A good call by Kush because they're really good at piercing through the strong armor of the thorax swordsman. That thorax armor. And now we've got the veteran shield warriors moving up. These guys have lighter armor. They'll do a little bit better. They're trying to support the flanks here. Which, oh my god, the blood right here. Look at that. But, yeah, they're trying to soften up the flanks. Let's see, what else is going on? Is Kush actually pushing? They got slave. Again, they're trying to bait the archers. They pushed up slave infantry, and it's working. It is working. They're absorbing ammo. A waste of ammo. Do not waste it on slave infantry. Okay, the Arverni are still in control over here. They've pushed up. So not only do they have the arrow towers supporting their army, now they've pushed up archers to kind of fire at the enemy skirmishers, which it's been a bloody skirmish over here. Very bloody skirmish, and they're actually falling back away from that area. Oh, here comes another volley. Oh. Yeah, they're going to get them out of there. Okay, so we're down to 30 minutes left in this battle replay. Still a close fight. Look at the balance of power. If anything, guys, like, it's almost dead even. Maybe even slightly in favor of the attackers, like ever so slightly, which is normal because usually the defenders get less money, so the balance of power is usually in the favor of the attackers. But you know, the defenders have the advantage of the defense, of course. So now we have the veteran shield warriors falling back. The Kush soldiers have fallen back, and they're letting the Italian swordsmen take care of the veteran shield warriors because, again, that AP damage, it doesn't really go into effect. because of the light armor of the Lusitani infantry. But yeah, we're at a bit of a standstill here. It's a very delicate situation. We're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit and wait what happens next. I mean, both sides are just, really just consider it this. Like, both teams are just, you know, dipping their big toes into the water just to see what the water's feeling like. You know, is it cold? Is it ice cold? Is it nice and warm? You know, what is it like? And they're just trying to find a weakness in each other's army. And right now, let's see. Now the slave infantry, they have finally stopped shooting at the slave infantry. Basically, Kush is like, hey, come on. Come kill me. Shoot me. But no, they're going to push up. That's actually pretty smart. They're going to push up, and they are, I mean, how far back can the defenders fall back to? You know? Like, they can't fall back forever, but at the same time, the attackers can't sit here forever. They need to get going. They need to get pushing. Carthage is now moving up their infantry, and they've got the African pikemen, which are going to be a huge help in taking on the defenders. And we have the thorough spears, who are in the front line of this defense. And the Arverni are pushing, the chosen swordsmen. They're absorbing a lot, and I think he's using this unit as a sacrificial unit to absorb all that projectile ammo. They are still able to make it to this front line, though. That's impressive. Look at that. Look at that. Are they going to send up reinforcements? It doesn't look like it. Arverni, like I said, Arverni is mostly destroyed. They have lost a lot in this battle. They are pushing some units around this way. And we've got thorax swordsmen and some thorough spears waiting for them. So yeah, definitely want to try to push on many flanks as many flanks as possible. And now we have the SkouTR warriors moving up. This is pretty cool. This is going to be perfect. They're going to use the slave infantry to absorb the Javi fire, and then they're probably going to push up the SkouTR warriors. All right, we're down to 26 minutes, guys, in this battle replay. It's coming down. You know, like, with such little time on the clock, as soon as this battle takes off over here, it's going to be quick. It's going to be intense. And either the defenders are going to slaughter the attackers or vice versa. Look at this. Slave infantry going to go ahead and charge in. Oh, my God. It's like they're messing with them. All right, now's the time to send in the SkouTR warriors, and there they go. You see how they did that? The thorough spears were holding on to their ammo for a more deadly unit, but now the slave infantry is keeping both of them occupied. Now, some of them might be able to get off a volley. No. Wow. So they completely neutralized the thorough spears and their skill set, which is throwing javies. And they just saved a ton of lives there with that move. Good job by Kush. They need to send up reinforcements, though, which they are now. Carthage is moving up some reinforcements. And over here, wow, the battle has begun. I didn't expect the Arverni to engage already. They are fighting the good fight right now. Thorax swordsmen. Trying to hold. But there you have it. I don't think the Arverni are going to win here, but they are doing a lot of damage, and they're keeping the Bactrians busy on that flank. Meanwhile, I'm not a fan of how slow it took them to get reinforcements up here. Carthage is a little late to the party here. And that's going to give the thorough spears another opportunity to throw. Look, there they go. See, that's a big mistake right there. So the defenders gaining a small victory by the late reinforcements of the attackers. And those SkouTR warriors are struggling. You got to send them quick. You got to send in help. There they go. Libyan infantry just lining up, I suppose. No, they're falling back. I think they're going to use their javies a little bit. Come on, they got to hurry up. Personally, I would have just charged them in. But hey, I'm not the one playing in the tournament. I'm sure most of these players are better than me. Come on. Nope. I think they're trying to get them to throw their jabbies. The SkouTR warriors are falling back. There they go. There they go. Now we got some veteran shield warriors running forward. Oh, a nice volley on those spears. And they are just massing everyone in this area. This is where it's going to go down, guys. It's going to be intense. I'm surprised they're not pushing up more units this way, especially now that the archers aren't even over here. And I think they're sending them now, so I think they see that. And the Arverni failed to push through, which is not a surprise, but they kept them busy. Got them to waste ammo, I suppose. All right, the Carthaginians now join the fight. Good use of the throw of spears, firing at the flank of the Carthaginians. What's going on here? These oh, there's a little bit of an archer battle. Look at that. The Kushite archers did a great job of silencing these archers, and now we've got more mercenary Syrian archers going to this ledge. And maybe they're hoping that Kush will push units this way. And then the Syrian archers will slaughter them, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Kush is just focused on going here. All right, and here comes the Arverni pushing this flank now. We got the chosen swordsmen against these throw spears, but they're going to... What are they doing? They're shifting around a little bit. Now we got some thorac pikemen from the Bactrians. So they're going to set up over there. All right, Kush is pushing up. SkouTR warriors are back at it again. There is a little bit of a gap here. I wonder if they're going to try to abuse it. Form a column, push in. Get right into the thick of it. All right, the pikemen have formed up. Pikemen are moving up. Carthage is now dedicating 2 units of Libyan infantry over to this side. Archers are moving back up to this ledge because they are committing infantry here. All right, this is it, guys. This is where it's starting to really peak here with action. This is a close battle. Nice little volley there. The Egyptians are breaking. Glacian swordsmen are breaking to the Carthaginians. SkouTR warriors are not committing just yet. There they go. Now they're committing. Carthage is pushing on to the next unit. There's a little gap here they could use. A little column they could push through. But Bactria is trying to quickly move up and fill it in. Now the rest, I mean, they still have a lot of reserves back here, but there's still a lot of units to fight through. And here comes Carthage. And look at, there's that column. Look at that. They're going to form a column push. Maybe? Come on, push, 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 push. Look at, they're panicking. Look at all the units rushing over there. Where's that column push? This is one of my favorite things in Rome 2. Right now, they're just absorbing ammo. Nope, they're just gonna charge in. And here comes Lusitani, sending in their infantry. Very nice. Now we have pikemen that are about to move up. Thorac pikemen. And they are slicing through. The attackers are slicing through the defenders right now. Wow, what a battle. What an absolute slaughter right now. Now we have all the archers just trying to soften up the attackers as much as possible. The attacking archers firing back at the defending archers. A great fight indeed. Now the pikemen are lined up. You got 2 units of pikemen who are formed up. So they're going to have to rely on archers to try to take care of them. Now, I'm sure it's completely fair to let a unit run through the pikemen. They just can't stay stacked on them. So that's completely fair. And now the Arverni are pushing to this flank once again. Look at this. 2 units of Chosen Swordsmen and Oathsworn. I'm sorry, 1 Chosen, 1 Oathsworn. That's going to be a pretty nasty unit. This is going to be a tough fight for the Bactrians. But they've got to hold this flank. Can they hold? Awesome. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, back over here. The little bit of a standstill trying to deal with those pikemen, using their javies to try to soften them up. Now we have the Carthaginians moving forward, taking on the thorough spears. Let's see, what else do we have here? Thorax swordsmen, a solid unit, but they're gonna need to send up more infantry. Galatian swords joining the fight. Carthage now moving in their Libyan infantry. This has just been a slaughter fest over here. Look at this. This point right here is too important to give up. So we have the Levy thorough spears opening fire. Now we've got some pikemen moving up. Thorac pikemen. There they go. So things are getting pretty desperate for the defenders. They're moving up pikemen to this front line, which means, you know, this is it. Because usually people hold pikemen until the very end. And now the Arverni, oh man, the Arverni are desperately trying to get past this force. Because if they do, there's nothing holding them back. There's nothing in reserve here. They have sent everything they could into this fight. And then over this way, the Thorac pikemen are holding their position. Carthaginians are still pushing. The pikes are going to be a problem, but look at this. Look what's moving up. Mercenary Cretan archers. About to soften up. The defenders over here. Oh my god, this is now open. This is now open for attack. Look at that. They gotta try to hold this back. The Carthaginians cannot push back through here, or they're gonna get behind the flank of the pikemen. Chosen swordsmen clashing in with the Carthaginians against the Lusitani. And then back over here, we have the Arverni still trying to fight their way through. This is a really good distraction. It's keeping the defenders honest, making them commit 4 units over here against the Arverni. You would think it would be better just to fall back and hold here, use this arrow tower. You know, just hold this position, maybe have 2 units instead of 4. Use the arrow tower, try to soften them up. And now Bactria is committing in their thorough spears, reinforcing the lines, and that's it. Bactria has sent in all of their reserves. I mean, except for these over here, but I meant on that flank. All right, so the armored SkouTR warriors hacking and slicing their way through. We have the Carthaginians doing the same thing. Now we have Syrian Archers. That's another warning sign for the defenders that they're getting desperate. They're now committing archers into the fight. It's coming down to archers. Both sides are pretty exhausted. Look at that. This is a very close battle, guys. Very close fight. The Arverni moving in. Oathsworn about to charge. Nice little charge there against the Lusitani, supporting the Carthaginians who are kind of stuck here fighting them. Oh, lots of braking from the Lusitania and Bactria. Look at these golden boys here. Look, seriously, look how gold they stand out. That armor. Oh. And the defense is barely holding at this point. All right, there we go. So, the Egyptians are... let's see. They're down to their general. They've got some thorough spears in the mix. Syrian Archers on this flank. But it's looking kind of rough. And look at, they're now having to fall back to this position here. They've got their pikemen. They've got their Bactrian Royal Guard. They've got the best of the best, basically, defending the final stand. But is it going to be enough? They're now trickling back units. They've got the Thorac pikemen falling back. They're trying to save as many lives as possible. Let's not forget, they've got some hidden units up here. Maybe they'll try to get creative. Look at this. Oh, they got some camel spearmen. Okay, I like it. They're going to try to set up an ambush. Very cool. We're now down to 13 minutes left in this battle replay. Then back over here, the Arverni are starting to slice through. Look at this. It's getting pretty desperate. The Arverni are tough to hold back. There's some fierce fighters. And now we have the thorough spears set up here. Another unit of reserve. You know, honestly, they should just call it quits over there and just get ready to hold these positions. This is the last stand right here. Yes, look at this. The attackers have punched a hole through. Arverni's here. Kush is here. Carthage is here. Oh, no. But the camels were discovered. They're no longer hidden. And the ambush has failed for the defenders. Maybe there's still a chance. Maybe there's a chance the attackers did not see those camels. So a nice fight going on here, but again, I think the Arverni have this one. They just got to cut through these veteran shield warriors. They're going to peel a unit of chosen swordsmen to probably try to go around and take on the thorough spears, possibly. Oh yeah, there's that column formation. They're going to try. They're going to try to squeak by. Squeaky squeak. And they're going to attack the flank. Very nice. All right, here we go. And I think the pikemen are getting just destroyed by archers right now. And this is why you save your archers for late game, guys. This right here. What a competitive match. I cannot wait to see some more matches of this tournament, as it's been super competitive. And sure enough, the camels are leaving their position, trying to get to a better position. The balance of power is greatly in favor of the attackers. The defenders are on their last leg, but they can still pull off a miracle. I've seen it happen many times. All right, the pikemen are down to a few troops. And if they can hold this flank, there might be a way. Well, did they commit another unit of veterans? Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. It almost seems like the defenders, if they try to break this flank here, either one, they push through this way, get behind the attackers, or just quickly send them back to, you know, the front line over there. But I don't know. I think even with this addition of the veteran shields, I think that they are going to lose. The Arverni have them in a really good situation. I don't know why these guys have fallen back. They could have attacked the flank. There they go. There they go. And that should help break them a little bit quicker. And now we have the camels going over that way. So they're desperately trying to win that flank over there. And now here's the push by Kush. The town center has been neutralized. And here comes some veteran shield warriors about to pour in. Take on the SkouTR warriors. All right, and then you got the units in reserve here. They still have their African pikemen. Oof, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the defenders, but maybe, just maybe, they can pull off a miracle. Here comes a cav charge, camel charge. Here they go. Oh, yeah. Get those camels in there. And now they're going to cycle charge in their infantry. They're going to pull out the camels. These guys are going to pour in. Boom. There they go. Back over this way. The great push from Kush. They're actually falling back to armored Shotel warriors because they don't do well against the veteran shield warriors. So that's a good move right there. Here comes another charge from some Royal Thorax swordsmen. Things are looking good, but all it takes is a chain route. We got general abilities going off as they put up their final push and the defenders' final stand. The Arverni are losing here. They are losing. That is some hope, some much-needed hope for the defenders if they can quickly break this flank. Just break it. But that's okay. The Arverni don't necessarily need to win this over here. They just need to keep these guys distracted. We're down to the last 7 minutes. They need fresh troops. They need a lot of troops. Now we got the general's bodyguard of Carthage using general abilities. The camels are going back at it again. And there's also a unit of infantry holding the arrow tower over here. Oh, man, I don't know. This is going to be tough. Let's see. They're going to try to charge the Libyan infantry. I don't think they're going to be able to do much here. This is probably going to be the last of the camels. There they go. Look how far back they are on the camels. It looks so weird. It looks really weird. Anyways, yeah, that's the last of the camels. Arverni breaking here. And now the pikemen are moving up. And there's not much they can do against the pikemen. The pikemen are going to be like a hot knife through butter, just slicing through these defenders. And over here, have they beat the Arverni? No. But it looks like they have fallen back some Lusitani soldiers. Or did they break? I guess they broke. All right, we're down to the last 6 minutes. It's looking pretty rough. So we're going to fast forward a little bit as these units have a bit of a Mexican standoff here. Now remember, the attackers only have an hour to take this settlement. They're still doing really good on time. They have more than 20 minutes. So it's probably going to come down to a battle to the last. There goes the pikemen. They try to do a little flanking charge there. Go back to normal speed as this fight's going on. The Carthaginians have pushed this flank. They are slicing through. The defenders are desperately trying to hold every single flank, but they're running out of men. It's not looking good. They're neutralizing and capturing this arrow tower. And this is the final epic push. Here comes Egypt with their pikemen. What a fight. An absolute slaughter of a battle. And then back over here, we have some camels riding in. They're going to get a nice cycle charge. Look at this rear charge. Is it enough to break the Oathsworn? Which, by the way, are at 310 kills. What a charge right there. But I don't think it's going to be enough. The camels break. They can't handle it anymore. They fought for too long. They've lost too many. Here comes the Carthaginian infantry pouring in. We've got the Bactrian Royal Guard is shuffling in as well. Now the pikes are moving up. There they go. Nice little clash there. The pikes are surrounded. And guys, I think it's safe to say that the War Knights will be moving on in the tournament. And a good GG, a good fight by the Morituri, which, you know, you got to give credit to the War Knights for staying in this battle and coming through, because really, just put yourself in their shoes. They tie the first two, right? So they won one, they lose one. Then they lose the pitch battle. They lose the pitch battle, and you got to be feeling pretty crappy after that. You know, it's like, we lost the pitch battle. They're going to decide if they defend. They pick, of course, defending, and they fight through it and take this settlement. They take the settlement. So that was just a great use of teamwork. We saw a lot of units shuffling around. You saw the cheap units absorbing ammo, using their javies. You saw the Kush, you know, what are they called again? The Kush SkouTR Warriors, that's it. SkouTR Warriors going against armored units, and as soon as the defenders pushed up a lightly armored unit, they would fall back the SkouTR Warriors and move in a normal infantry. It was just really good teamwork, a really great fight. They've now captured the town center. We're down to the last 2 minutes. The Arverni crushed them over here, so at the end of the day, the attackers win on this flank. It was a great battle. A big shout out to the Morituri for putting up such an excellent fight. They did really well against a really good team, and unfortunately their story ends here. But for the War Knights, it continues on to the next round, which of course we'll see if they win. Of course, now I want to remind you guys, be sure to join the Discord, which is linked down in the video description. There you'll be able to follow every single team, see what they're up to in that Discord, and you can also see the rules and the team players, you know, talking to each other. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So yeah, pretty awesome stuff. There's the final stand of the Lusitani General, and there you have it, guys. That is a victory, costly enemy victory. So that this replay was in the point of view of the defenders. Let's go ahead and end the replay and look at the results. So we have Marshall, who gets 2,652. He got the most, so Lusitani did a great job. Big Daddy getting 1,500, and Killer getting 1,700. Now, on the attacking side, look at these kills. We have Artemis getting 2,600, Core getting just under 2,000, and then, oh, I'm sorry, that is Killer getting just under 2,000, and then Core getting 2,800. Really good job by Kush. I mean, look at these kills. So yeah, really great fight, really good matchup. Want to give a big shout out to everybody who's helped out in the tournament so far, the staff. Big shout out to Zach Hansen, who did the graphic art here for this like HUD that you can see, or that you saw on the screen. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time on the battlefield.